Hello there, welcome back to the Guided Dreams YouTube channel. This is a section where I promise to take you by hand and show you this opportunity with this agency called the Face Personnel Services, because that's an agency that can take you by hand and bring you into Canada no matter where you are coming from in terms of caregivers opportunities here in Canada. Remember, sometime in December, I think about December 9, 2023, I showed you guys an opportunity where you can come to Canada and work as a caregiver um, through two different pathways. Now, those slots usually they reset every 1st of January. So they might have been filled, but even if they are already filled, this agency known as the Face Personnel Services can get you into Canada through giving you an employment with an employer, applying for your LMIA, and definitely they will do all the work for you because you will not be charged, but whoever that is paying for their services will pay them for getting you on board. So in this section, my goal is just to take you by hand and show you various parts of this website, how to apply, about this organization itself, what they stand for, and how you can be able to leverage on the opportunity that they have for you out there. So first thing first, if you enter the website, simply go to where you call the facepersonnel.com. For the homepage, so they talked about their placement agency that works to create successful long-term relationships between families and caregivers. Okay, so they have over 15 years of experience and they are care experts when it comes to childcare, the elderly, home care field, and what have you. Now, what else should we know about this? If you go to About Face Personnel, this is the founder, and he is an immigration consultant with the Canada Regulatory Council. Now, this is an organization that is licensed. Okay. Now, here you see that they are based in Quebec, and they are licensed recruiters, and this is their permit number. Licensing them to operate. Now, what kind of services do they offer? So if you go to the services, if you are an employer, you go to this place, you need their services in terms of childcare or the elderly care, you go here. But we are not interested, we are about all about getting these job opportunities and coming over to Canada. So I'll quickly go to workers. So when you get to the worker section, you see caregivers in Canada over here and equally caregivers outside of Canada. Okay, now our interest is under caregivers outside of Canada. It's the same thing. Even if you're already in Canada, you can as well leverage on how to apply section of this video and put in your application. I will show you all the steps necessary, to apply, and this agency, if you are favored, actually, they might work with you and bring you on board. But before then, let me show you guys the FAQ, where you talk about the frequently asked questions. Now, what are people, asking about this organization? Now, what are the steps to becoming a caregiver in Canada? Step one is simply you contact Face Personnel to find an employer that is willing to sponsor you. Remember, last December, I shared an opportunity where you yourself, you have to find whoever that will sponsor you, and using that letter of sponsorship or offer letter of employment, you approach IRCC yourself. But this agency will lift up that burden from your shoulder, get you an employer that is willing to sponsor you. And step number two is that their legal team, will file the application for employer approval. If you are interested in the Quebec area, they will file a separate application they call the Quebec Certificate of Acceptance, CAQ for short. Now, if that is approved, then you file an application for what you call the temporary work permit from your country of residence. Okay, so that is those are the three basic steps you require in order to come over here, work as a temporary worker, and afterwards you can work your way through to permanent residency. Okay, so if we click on what documents do I need to apply, you talk about proof, your credential, proof of work experience, birth certificate, your passport. If you have your language um, proficiencies, if available, that is why they say if available. It doesn't mean if you don't have it, but it's advisable. Just like I always say, get it as low as band 4 or 5, you are good to go. Okay. Now, I wouldn't want to bore you about the rest of this. How long will it take to receive your work permit? You can take your time, you know, to look at all this. Who determines your salary? Because money is important, okay? So definitely you are committed to, earning anything not less than the legal minimum wage to live in caregivers. Okay, you can also negotiate between the employer and you yourself before you arrive in Canada to arrive at a mutually agreed upon salary or what you call compensation. Okay, so I will leave you guys to go through all the remaining parts of the FAQs. But let's look at what people that have already worked with this agency, what they're actually saying. So if you go to testimonials, here they really care about their client. These are people, families that they have helped in the past. Let's see if we can find someone they they um they already helped to come over here. Now look at this lady, Fatima G, a caregiver from overseas. I could not be happier. First personnel brought me over from the Philippines to live and help out a family here in Montreal with 4 kids. I could not be happier. Okay, so she ends by saying, I'm very happy here in Canada. So this can be your story if you can actually follow the steps I will show you right away, to approach this agency if you want to work as a caregiver. So if you talk about a caregiver, you simply take care of maybe kids, just like Fatima, take care of the elderly, those with special needs, and things like that. It's not a very difficult thing to do. People do it and they earn, handsomely to survive here in Canada. Now, remember, once you are successful in this application, you come over, and after a year or two, your family can join you, and you guys can together apply for your permanent residency here in Canada. Does that sound exciting? If yes, why not like this video? Place your comment in the comment section. Share above all. Take a minute, click the subscription button below, and that will help us grow, and that will also help some people as well, for YouTube to recommend this video to others. Thank you very much as you do that. So quickly, if you jump into how to apply, just click on applying now and go to workers. Okay, now we're interested in caregivers outside of Canada. I'll click on this right away. This form I've filled it before, but actually I didn't submit that because of course I don't need their services as it is, but I had to do it just to be sure of what I'm bringing to you guys. That is the commitment we have. Now the first step here, as you see, is step 1 of 5, where you have your personal information, and here you have your first name, middle name, as seen on your passport. Okay, so let's say my name is I'll just put it as Guided. Okay, Guided, middle name, I should leave it blank if I want. Then I will say Dreams. If I want, I'll put that. If I want, I don't, I'll just put my last name as Dreams. Okay. um Gender, I'll select male, citizenship. Let's say I'm from Cameroon. I'll select Cameroon. Then upload a photo of yourself. This is very important because your photo should actually, tell a story about you. If you're a cheerful person or things like that, put a photo out there. Like they suggested, we recommend that you upload one where you are smiling. Okay, so get a good photo of yourself. Your background should not be too busy. If I should advise you, take a picture on a plain white background, just a plain background. Okay, that will look pretty good. Now for best result, they say you can crop your photo to be square. So let me say choose a file. Let me randomly select one file from here. Just a minute. Let's select this file, and once I select it, I will click open. So it will show here that I've uploaded a file. So email address, let me leave it as guided at gmail.com. Made a mistake there. At gmail.com. Okay, that is done. Want to confirm it, I can just copy it and I paste it here. My phone number, let's say 1234567 referred by, who referred you. If you have somebody who referred you, if not, leave it blank. Date of birth, let's say January this. Just putting random figures in there so that we can move on to all the sections in this. Marital status, if you are single, you put single. If you're married, you put you're married in there. Do you have any children? You can say yes or no. Driver's license you have from your home country, you can put in there. Do you have a criminal record? Of course, if you have, you put it. If you don't have, keep it going. Have you been arrested before? You keep it going and you say next. Okay, so it gets you to step 2 out of 5. Are you a graduate? Of course, you click on your yes in there. How many years program did you do? If it's 4, you click. If it's 3, whatever, put in there. What is your field of study? You can select. Let's say my field of study, let's say, is accountancy. If it's nursing, I'll put it there. If it's other, if you can't find yours here, you can put it there and you say other. But let's select one of these as applicable. Let's say my field is okay, let's say is nursing, for example. How many credits do you have? If it's 72 to 90, you put it there. Next question, are you licensed? You can say yes or no. If you are, say yes. Have you completed 6 months full-time caregiver program? Now, there are special programs. If you have completed any certification program in caregiving, you can say yes. If not, simply say no. There are some of them you can equally do online. Okay. Now you click next. Work experience. Total of how many years of domestic helper do you have? If it's 2 to 4, how many employers have you worked for as a caregiver? Okay. As a domestic helper, which is DH, or a caregiver, let's say 1 or 2. Number of years of working experience, your current, click this. When is it gonna end? Let's say I'm ending next year, 2025, February. Is your current contract. In your current contract, sorry, are you caring for who? You say elderly person, disabled person, or family with children, because that is all what this is all about. Have you ever worked in any other country? If your case is no, put no. If mine is yes, if you click yes, you list the countries and when you have worked. Okay, so I will just quickly select no to save time. I will click next. There was a problem. What did we miss? An elderly person, select. So you type what you did for that elderly person. Help help in taking their medication and going to, entertainment um, events. That's one thing about this profession. If they are going to any entertainment event, you'll be there, they'll pay for you as well. So nothing to lose. So I think this should be fine now. We've explained. There you go. Now, taking care of newborns. Did you have experience? Yes or no? You answer toddlers 1 to 3. So take your time, fill in these things. Taking care of those grade schoolers 5 to 12. You could answer as appropriate. So I'm randomly selecting some of these things. Have you taken care of an elderly with special needs before? Select that. Any experience caring for twins, elderly? You can say yes, and you click next. Additional information. What's your English language skills? Like I said before. Now, if you are from an English speaking country, definitely you are more than medium, you could say advanced. Comprehension, do you understand? For sure, you being able to understand video, this video is advanced. Did you take IELTS? If yes, you click yes. If no, you click no. Do you have an ECA? That is what you call the Educational Credential Assessment from Canada. If you have, you say yes. Any medical conditions? Have you ever applied to Canada before? Just answer truthfully to these questions. I will rush through. Can you care for dogs? Definitely, they love dogs and cats here. So, if not, try to learn now. But if you cannot stand these things, simply say, no, I don't care for pets. They can equally find families that are pet free for you. Rate your cooking skills, ability in the kitchen. If it's basic, if you are confident to talk about this, do you attend church always, maybe occasionally, every week, as appropriate? Are you willing to work overtime? One thing with overtime is you are paid 2.5. What I mean by that, if your salary is $10, let's say $20, if you work overtime, you will pay $30. So, are you here to count bridges? So you can say yes anytime. You can do overtime. Every weekend, you can say yes. And you click on I agree to the terms and conditions. And you say I'm not a robot. And, talk about the traffic lights. You can select these things as appropriate. I hope I've selected all of them. And you can say verify my identity. That's it. And you click submit. And that's all about it. Okay. Once you click submit, you go pray that your application finds favor in their sight. Once it does, they are going to reach out to you and invite you for interviews, and you follow it up from there. Very simple, nothing to lose. And I believe that actually you found this video exciting and inspiring, especially if you have that passion to take care of kids, elderly people, those with special needs. It's not asking. You saw all the questions that they require from you. So basically, get into this application, fill it out, and I believe you will find favor. If not, you wait for another opportunity, okay, which will bring right here. So how do you know if you bring something fresh if you don't subscribe to this channel? So take a minute, subscribe to this channel, and that will help us grow. Number one, turn on the notification bell. That will help you be in the know whenever we share something vital and something that is time bound. Okay. Above all, leave me a comment. It encourages me, okay, to move on. Thank you so kindly for being with us on this one. And as usual, I'm gonna see you in yet another one. Adios.